is not present. Mr. Danny Crowley. Mr. Crowley is present and will be followed by Ms. Bridget Alexander McDaniel.
Good afternoon. My name's Danny Crowley. Recently, we have all seen the devastating incidents of child abuse at Penn State University and with the U.S. Olympics gymnastics team and the publicity that followed. I'm here today to make all of you aware that while working at Memorial Park, I witnessed a young boy being molested by an employee of Houston Parks Department, and he's a golf instructor. The incident happened at the golf range at Memorial Park on July 24, 2016 at around 11 a.m. I immediately reported the incident to the range supervisor, who told me that he also witnessed the incident. The following day, I met with Julie Bloom, the GM at Memorial, who responded to my account by saying, and I quote, "You are the only one who has the balls to come forward." I understood that to mean others had witnessed such conduct in the past, and in fact, I have a strong belief that similar complaints have been made about the instructor whom I reported. Through several more meetings with Julie Bloom and management within the Parks Department, management turned hostile because I believe they were afraid of negative publicity and feared for their own jobs. During these meetings, I was coerced by management to change my account of events, particularly the use of the word molest. Jason Harsh, director of golf for the city of Houston, even remarked that there will be consequences for your account of the incident, and elaborated that molestation requires penetration. He threatened me with lawsuits through the city, an investigation by OIG, and I refused to change my statement because I knew what I saw and I tell the truth. After my last meeting with management, I immediately made a police report. 2 months after the incident, and as a result of my reporting of it, my contract as a golf pro at the park was canceled. Joe Turner cited it is in the city's the park's best interest to cancel your contract. This was a retaliatory act. I had been a well-regarded and respected golf instructor at the park for over 12 years with a very good client base. The interest of a child should be our paramount concern. It is my understanding that Texas law says we're all mandated reporters of events when we witness abuse of children, not just teachers, doctors, etc., but all of us. We are all legally required to report such incidences. I did my legal and moral duty and reported what I saw. But as a result of reporting it, I lost my job and have suffered both financially and emotionally because I obeyed the law and did the right thing.
Thank you, sir. Your time has expired.
And let me make sure that I understand, since...
But I just have one last...
Go on, finish your statement.
Okay, please, thank you. I ask you to immediately and thoroughly investigate the incident and reinstate my contract to teach at Memorial Park. We should not turn a blind eye and allow individuals within the city to tarnish Houston's reputation, like Penn State or the Olympic gymnastics. We need to protect children. And that's why I'm here.
And let me just say, are you indicating that this incident occurred in, are you saying August of 2016?
July 24th, 2016.
July of 2016 is when you're saying it occurred.
Yes, sir.
And you're saying that your contract with the city was terminated when?
It was terminated about 6 or 7 weeks after that, September the 16th or 17th.
September 16th of 2016.
16.
And so when did it dawn on you that it might be connected to what you had reported? When did you reach the conclusion that the contract termination might be due to what you?
Well, my contract had been renewed on a yearly basis for 12 years.
No, I understand. I understand that.
Okay.
But you're saying your contract was terminated in September of 2016.
Yeah, it was about 6 or 7 weeks.
Right.
So,
And the incident occurred in July of 2016.
correct.
And I'm asking, so when did you let someone know that you felt that your contract was terminated because you reported this incident?
Kenneth Allen, Deputy Director of the Parks, called me into his office to give me this notice.
In September of 2016.
Correct.
And I'm saying, since September of 2016, who have you contacted to say that your contract, you believe that your contract was terminated because you reported it to someone?
Okay, first off, I said that to Kenneth Allen.
In
May I
September of
say-
2016?
May I say that, and then I'll follow.
Okay.
He told me your contract is canceled, and I said,
Okay.
and that was the end of the meeting. I said, well, wait a minute, please. Let me understand this. I witnessed a crime. I reported it to the necessary supervisor, and in turn, they're going to cancel my contract. I mean, you know.
I got you.
Okay,
I got that. I'm saying
okay,
since
following-
let me finish.
I'm
Since
sorry.
September of 2016, who have you contacted at the city of Houston
Okay.
to say that you believe that your contract was terminated because
Okay.
of what you reported?
Following the last meeting I had with the City Parks Management, I had to retain an attorney. The attorney made all kinds of efforts to contact City Parks to discuss what took place. And he, according to him, Chuck Rosenthal, he couldn't get any response. So through the last year and a half, I've had several attorneys who've made several attempts for the Freedom of Information Act to get information or to be able to discuss this matter with somebody, and the city has been in total shutdown on responding or reacting.
Well, let's not go that far and say shut down. The question I'm asking you,
Yes, sir.
who at the city of Houston have you contacted since September of 2016 where you have said to someone, I believe my contract was terminated because of what I reported? That's the only question I'm asking to you. No, he is before me.
Yes, sir.
Who have you contacted since September of 2016?
Following the last meeting, I retained an attorney, and he did all. It wasn't my role to call. I couldn't call anyone.
So you personally, you have not contacted anyone at the city since September of 2016, up until the point that you're standing before us today.
You're right, and this is the last thing I ever dreamed of wanting to do here.
I understand. That's right. Councilman Starr.
And I'd like to say one other thing. This is not about the city of Houston. It's a group of people in the Parks Department that are the ones that are guilty of this. It's not the city of Houston. It's a group of individuals.
If you're bringing up the city of the parks, you're bringing up the city of Houston. So let me ask you another question then.
Okay.
Who in the Parks and Recreation Department have you talked to, or you raised this concern since September of 2016?
No one.
Okay. All right, Councilman, I'm starting.
Mayor, there's a number of very unsettling allegations here, in my opinion. Would City Legal have any record or information regarding the allegations, whether it's the employment allegations or the criminal allegations that were made? I have not ever heard of either of these issues.
Well, and you haven't, and neither have I.
And I appreciate that.
Right.
So that's why I'm asking.
This is my first time.
But that's why I'm asking if maybe
Right.
someone in City Legal may have taken
I'll check.
have
that.
record that we may not have access, we may not have been in the loop. And I don't want the public leaving here thinking that we would not take either of these cases seriously. And I want to make sure that we understand what the full picture is.
Absolutely. I'm not aware. No one has ever brought this to my attention at all. I've received no correspondence, no email, anything. This is the first time that this matter has been even brought to my attention, and that's why I wanted to ask him.
May I make one last comment?
Absolutely.
I think that I would like to make sure that any of the public that's viewing, that we take any allegations that would make our parks unsafe, much less the allegations that are before us, in addition to the employment allegations, are very. We're very concerned, and I want to make sure that we follow through and follow up. And we appreciate you bringing it to our attention. And we need to make sure we have the full picture in for everyone's benefit, because these are very serious allegations. Thank you.
Councilmember Travis.
Thank you.
One moment.
One second. Councilmember Travis.
Thank you, Mayor. Mayor, I too find this very troubling, and I know you do as well. And I know you didn't know about this till today. I don't think anybody around you knew about this till today. But I would like us to follow up on it, because these allegations are serious. And I would like to know, personally myself, and I don't care where it comes from, but I'd like to know what contact with the city was made, if it was made, and when it was made. Well, and I think we all do. I think we all want that. So just once that information gets sent to legal, if you don't mind copying me in on that.
I have no problem with that. But again, I'm always going to be reluctant. Everybody has the right to come forward. But just throwing things out into the atmosphere.
Well, sir, this has been covered up, and it's been covered up on the.
I'm not going to say covered up because.
Well, sir, I've done everything I can legally to bring my points forward.
But sir, you have not talked to anyone since September 2016. This is January of 2018.
This is my last resort today. This is the only way. I've tried for a year and a half to gain audience to talk about why would you fire me when all I did was report a crime.
That is your statement, sir. You have the right to make your statement. But I certainly want to find out whether or not anyone has made any claim or statement on the city in any department. There's only one person that's going to speak, and that's the person that's before this mic. Okay.
That's my understanding.
Let me say this: we do not allow outbursts in this chamber. We do not allow outbursts in this chamber.
What?
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Yes. Okay. So let us take a look into it. Okay. And then I'll let all the members of the City Council know what we get.
Perfect. Can I continue, Mayor?
Sure.
You mentioned Chuck Rosenthal as your attorney. Is he still your current attorney?
No, sir.
Okay, so how many attorneys have you had?
3, I believe.
All right. Do you just have one attorney now, or did you go through a series of attorneys?
Series.
Okay. And did each of them try to contact? I mean, because you're saying they're the ones who contacted the city, not you.
Correct.
But did you ever yourself personally do it? I think you said you did not personally.
No, sir. It's my understanding it was to be left up to counsel. My person representing me. It wasn't my role to look into this matter. It wasn't my role to call the city. I'm just.
And I get that, but I'm just saying these are serious. I mean, I really wish you would have.
Yeah, this has ruined my career, and this is really devastating to me, and so I'm standing here to.
And I understand, but I just wish you personally would have.
I still don't quite understand.
I'm not beating up you. I'm just trying to say is if you personally had done that,
Okay, well, let me say one other thing. When I walked out of the last meeting with Parks Management, no one was allowed to talk to me with the threat of being fired at Memorial Park.
We're all allowed to talk to you.
Pardon?
We're all allowed to talk to you.
Well, I know, but I'm saying, in other words, they completely would not discuss anything with me. No one could talk to me.
But we are, and you're coming to us today.
Yes,
I wish you would have come to us back on September 16th, 2016. I'm not saying, what I'm just saying is that in the future, if there's anybody else out there watching this, I don't want them waiting 2 years to come forward on these type of allegations. I want them coming forward immediately. So I'm just saying, I'm going to use you as an example here. You can go hire your attorneys, that's fine, but I want to make sure that if any of this happens, we want to know about it as soon as we can.
Yeah, well, I had no monetary gains in this. All I wanted was my story to be heard. My story has been heard, and now
Mr. Crowley,
can forget it and move
I am
on.
glad you came forward. I'm glad that you did what you did. I'm glad you came forward. But I would urge you next time to pick up the phone and call one of us or all of us, because it's just a phone call.
If I knew that was an appropriate...
Can you talk into the mic, please?
Yeah, and behind the mic, please.
No, if I thought if I had known that would have been available to me, yes, I would have been standing here a year and a half ago.
Well,
but I didn't
and the mayor
understand.
said we're going to look into this, so the mayor's moving forward appropriately.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying is in the future, for anybody out there on HTV watching this, I want to make sure they know that we all have phone numbers. Pick up the phone and call us. That's all I'm saying. I'm just using it as an example on that, but I'm glad you came forward.
That's unbelievable. I wish I could have had that advice.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
One second. Councilman Kuwash.
Did you make a police report on this matter?
Yes, sir.
Do you have that police report
Yes, sir.
case number?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm just curious, did they take a criminal complaint, the district attorney? Did the district attorney take a criminal complaint?
Behind the mic, please. Please, behind the mic.
I don't need it right now. The question
Okay,
is,
okay.
and it was with HPD, right?
HPD.
And so if you made a complaint with the police department concerning something of this serious magnitude, then it went to the district attorney's office. Do you know what happened at that point?
No, sir, I don't. I was interviewed by the detective, McLeod, and she told me that if this went any further, it would be presented to the district attorney.
Okay. All right. So you made the police report, then that's what you were supposed to do.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you.